Hey everybody, it's Jackie, Little Miss J. It's day 2. I'm not feeling too well, so you gotta excuse my hair. We are going to talk about guests when you go to restaurants and the proper way you should tip. One thing I want to say is I hope, this video doesn't offend anybody. I do go to church, but church people, not all of you, but some of you, when you go to restaurants, especially after church, I think y'all just leave Jesus. Like, you don't, what you were taught in church that day, it just goes out the window, because when you go to restaurants after church, you become very rude and very impatient, and you would think that you never went to church, that day. Why do you act like that? I'm not sure. There's no reason for that. It's really pointless. And you don't tip good. Servers don't really make that much money hourly, so they depend on tips. And a lot of servers don't have other jobs, and they have bills and children to take care of just like everyone else. So you should tip properly, and that goes for everyone. If you get a server and that server does good and keeps your drink filled, and you don't have to look for them when you need something, then you should tip them accordingly. And I really cannot stand when people go to restaurants and you get good, great service, like don't have to want for anything, your drinks are filled, you feel welcome and all smiles, and you leave $0 or $1. That is really insulting. I am a server, but I'm one of the fortunate ones because I have another job. But it offends me, especially when you write little comments on receipts and things. That's unnecessary. You could keep your comments to yourself. I had a guy come in and he wrote a hangman on the ticket. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, was that necessary? It's really ridiculous. And I don't understand why some people let their children run around in restaurants. You would be the maddest person in the world if your child gets trampled over or something falls on your child. But it's nobody's fault but your own, because a restaurant is not a playground for a child to be running around. That child needs to sit down and eat their food and run around at home or the playground or park, but not in a restaurant. That, no deal. You don't do that. So, this video is not going to be that long. I just wanted to touch on proper ways of tipping, and, the attitudes and being impatient for no reason. And one more thing. When you come to a restaurant and you bring your whole family, your friends, and you have a really big ticket, we don't grat that, and there's not more than one server on that, So tip your servers accordingly. If you get good customer service, then pay it back. It's ridiculous. So, I hope you all have a wonderful night. This is the end of day 2. Make sure that you all say your prayers, and good night.